This post got me 352k impression. And that one, 16k. This other one, 7.4k. But this is not with a prompt. I just copy pasted what I got from Claude, and it's completely different from what you saw with you need to use this tool or that's the prompting is so 2024. Now you need to use skills with a specific system. And the difference is not the AI. That's literally the system around it. And you can build it yourself, because I'm going to show you by the end of this video, you will know how it works, why it beat prompts, and how to build your own version for whatever you're creating, even if you're not creating. Let's get into it. By the way, my name is Antoine, and I've made multiple seven figures in business online with affiliate, info product, and even SaaS. You may know some of my crypto SaaS, this one that we grew in just a year at almost 50k followers, or that one at 42k followers. Previously, I did a YouTube channel in English, and in less than a year and a half, I ramped it up to more than 50k subscribers. So I wouldn't say I'm a master of attention and growing an audience, but I know one or two things, and I know I can grow an audience that is big enough so I can do whatever I want with my life. And now the systems that we are going to see is really, really a lot better, because I used to pay, and I'm still paying a guy here that tweet for me, and I coached him on how to tweet. Now, how it works and why it's a bit different is that people used to write with a prompt. I had so many old say like that, copy pasting, it didn't make any sense. And I would just ask the AI, please make me go viral. But then it doesn't even know anything about the niche, what we want to post about, or even more important, our avatar. Who are we talking to? And that's where it changed. Because your traditional way of prompting is completely outdated. I started to use Claude skills, and it changed my game. See, this one I created 9 days ago. So that's pretty fresh, right? And you can see that the information is a lot more dense. Like, look at this bar. It goes deep and deep and deep. What I'm trying to do here is to transform content that I produce on YouTube into Twitter articles, because I think X is massive. The growth on X and YouTube is like two social media where I focused a lot of my energy and attention, because I know I can have really good outcomes from it. And they would go into all the details about like the hook philosophy, and where it's different from a prompt is that it also have reference files. So here we will have the prompt, different ones, then we will have hook formulas, and then we will have viral hook database. That's the main issue. AI is trained on the whole internet. So if you don't train it to give it the right thing, then you're going to get garbage. And I'm not the only one talking about it. Vercel, which is one of the biggest and most important companies when it comes to web apps, it basically lets you deploy any of the tools you do. If you use Claude Code, you're going to deploy on Vercel when you want to make it public. What did they do? They released the React best practices. React is a coding language, and they released a skill. Why are they doing this? Why just not using the AI? Because like this, we come from a world where we used to let the AI go and search whatever they had in their database about coding, but same, again, AI is being trained on really poor code, because most of the code online is really poor quality. And we have the elite, the best of the developers, they share their best practice and they put them into some skills, which can be complicated, right? You have to click on your name, then on settings, and then you go into capabilities. And right here, if you scroll a little bit down, you can add your own skills. I'm not going to go into the details of how to do those skills and everything, because I did another video about it, which you will find in the description or by navigating the channel. And now you're like, oh, okay, but all those skills and things, that's going to be complicated. No, it gets even better. Because now that you have your skills, you're going to be able to interconnect them. When you had a prompt, and I have some friends, they have prompts that are like 2 pages. you stack up prompts together, but it doesn't make any sense. Skills is like they're gonna interact with each other, call each other. Now, if I go into my X articles project, I have those instructions, and I'm gonna show you the database as well. In those instructions, you, Antoine, create content for Handsome Finance. So that's my YouTube channel. I will adjust that. So when creating X articles, read the X article skill first that I showed you briefly. Then apply Antoine's voice, tone, and humor. We haven't found the humor yet. And then use attention framework for strategic thinking. And use story content system if the content needs a personal story. You see that? It's almost 4 employees working together. And that's why like this can replace so many people that you have working for you for social media management, or at least increase their productivity, because that's going to be way better. For hooks, reference the viral hook database. And I have 4 skills that interact, that knows me, that know how I talk, that know my poor sense of humor. And all those together, of course, it produces better content. And you may not believe me, which is fine. My mom doesn't believe in myself either. But you can see that I literally pasted the transcript of the video of the $100 million offer thing. And then directly, it went through all the skills and made it itself. And I just copy pasted that, just changed a little things. Sometimes it still puts 1 or 2 of those and I remove them. Now the problem is, okay, Antoine, this is nice, but I don't have all those information. Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to help you get those information. First, on how to establish your tone and voice, you can go into your settings here, and you can go down to capabilities, then after skill, and you're going to click add, and you're going to click chat with Claude. It's going to ask you like, oh, what skills do you want to create? I would like to create a skill that takes the tone and the style of how Veronica talks. So we can always use her style in a writing. Now it's asking you question about Veronica, which I don't know. So you will answer those and you will paste as much as you can. Transcript those videos, even you record yourself telling a story, letters you wrote, emails you wrote, whatever you did, beat it. The more you give context, the better it will be. Now we need a second thing. I will do that later, but I will need also a reference in it with all her personal stories. And that's where you open your good old friend that might become a friend again, ChatGPT, and I will ask, tell me all the stories, everything you know about me, everything I ever told you, and please be descriptive, tell the feelings I had, go in details. I want this document to be massive. Now, I'm going to wait for ChatGPT to generate this. Obviously, I'm not going to show you because it's a bit of a story you don't want to hear. But now, the memory that I use for ChatGPT, because hey, if you watch this Anthropic, I'm sorry, yes, I used ChatGPT before. And then I will paste that here. And like that, it will build my skill with my voice plus a database of my stories. Now for the tweets, that's where I love it. I'm a big fan of doing the database and tracking stuff. If you know me personally, one database, you know why it's infamous. We're not going to go in details here. And that's basically all the tweets that I've found that are pretty interesting, that usually get quite a lot of views. I'm like, okay, I think they're going to get a lot of views. Like, for example, this guy is almost 1 million views. This guy is 400K views. And you can see that they're usually pretty short hooks. Like, the tweet is 1 sentence or something like that. I have the likes, the notes, the files, all the elements. Why do I capture that? Yes, I'm a weirdo. I know that. And how I capture it is pretty easy. Because I want my database of hook to be always fresh. And that's why when you check my X article, you have here the viral hooks database, the hook formulas, and the AI prompts. I put even the reference files that I had before in it. In the skill, I still put it here to be sure that they're here. And like this, I can easily update the hook database. because having a swipe file is one of the most important thing, and it gives me a feeling that when I'm scrolling on Twitter, I'm not doing it for anything, that I'm productive. Yeah, we cope as we can. But let's say, what a great tweet by Antoine here. I'm going to copy the link, and then I build this little automation, X swap bot. I paste the link, and then it's going to automatically add it into my database. Now, my next step, and that will be probably for our next video, is going to be to see how can I connect the database automatically to my Claude project, and that it feeds always the data and improve the hooks. Because pattern interrupt works really well when they're fresh, and then they stop working, which is leading us to the moment of truth where we are going to use this video. I'm going to get the shareable link, and now I'm going to do something that is big brain. YouTube transcripts. Boom. I paste the link, extract the transcripts, copy the transcripts, paste it in here, turn this into an article for X. Opus 4.5, that's important to get better quality output. It's an overkill, but we don't care. Money is not a problem on this channel. Now it's reading the X article skill to do the proper framework. The Antoine voice skill. I love when it does these key elements. Then it goes into a draft, into like, okay, which hook you want. If you're still prompting AI, you are treating it like a dumb employee. I pretty like it. 0 written for me. I stop prompting AI. My result went ballistic. This is quite a good one as well. I like all of them, honestly. 1 and 3 are probably the best. And it went with the first one. One article, 200k impressions, 0 word written by me. If you're still prompting AI the normal way, typing requests, getting generic outputs, repeating for you, well, you're doing it wrong. Okay, I feel they had this problem. It's a damn employee every single day. It is good. Like those things, the arrows, you prompt, generic output, repeat forever. Like you see those things every day, repeat, repeat, repeat. AI would have not done that if it was not with the skills. This either write perfectly. We have formulas that I can illustrate. It's just crazy how good it is. I love it. And I did an update actually in my company Claude account that's going to boost our quality of output to another level. But I don't know if... I feel like I'm autistic talking about those things. I'm passionate about it. Maybe you don't care. Let me know if you want to have help to set up all those things, the system, one by one. I will see if we do a done with you or a paid community. I don't know. Depends on your interest in the comments. Anyway, I'm going to give as much as I can for free. And I want to help you grow. So if you want to know how I create those skills and everything in details and why it's even more important, you have a cheeky video right here that will show you that in details, because you are one skill away to replace your entire employees. I'm kidding. I'm still working with most of my team. But don't forget one thing though. Yeah, you have to. Stay handsome. Ciao.